Hello everyone and welcome back to another Stormworks video. In this video we're covering an update as of today, which is version 1.2.3. Now there's been a few changes in this update and some new features that have come along. We're going to start off with the first thing. Now the first thing the devs are releasing today is going to be the start of the improvements to missions here in Stormworks. This is something that I've been going on for quite a bit of time now, and I'm really happy to see that they are starting to work on some more missions. They're starting to improve the missions and just improve the experience for players in career mode. Now, the first thing they've gone and done is they've now added a new type of mission that we have, which is going to be building fires. Now, we always had the option to do missions where we could go and extinguish a fire on a boat or on a vehicle or something like that, or maybe a crashed plane or crashed helicopter, but now we actually have building fires. So the structures around the world, whether it be like this little area here or possibly the little base area or even like an airport tower or one of the train hangars, these are all structures that can now catch a fire, meaning that you will possibly could do your own fire rescue service on a Pacific island. So for example, you could actually have a base here on the main Sawyer Islands and then go out throughout it and service it for any fires that happen. Now, along with that, there's been a whole bunch of new improvements to the actual missions and how they work. A couple small things and a couple big things. Let's start with the small things. Now, the small improvements with that is missions are going to scale with difficulty. That's the first thing. Along with that is they don't expire once you're actually starting the mission. So if you're halfway through it, your mission won't just magically expire and despawn. So that's a really good improvement. And there's a few other small little fixes here and there, but nothing too major. For me, the biggest thing here is we now have an option to spawn missions on the fly. This is something we always had in pre-version 1, where we could just press a little option and choose a mission and spawn it in. We have got that functionality now back in game. A little bit different though from what we used to have it. Now what you can actually do is you can press the escape key and you'll notice that you can come here. I've already been playing with it and checking it out, but all you have to do now is type in mstart and you can then see that it gives you a command list and says, what would you like to spawn in? What type of mission? Do you want a building mission? Do you want a tow vehicle mission? Do you want a crash vehicle mission? Do you want a transport mission? And what difficulty do you want? Well, I want a building fire, so I'm going to do mstart and we're going to type in building. And then after that, I can then obviously choose difficulty. So I'm going to choose 1, for example, being very difficult. And just like that, I've gone and spawned in a default mission, and you can see it's just popped up and said, hey, there's a fire at the police department that you need to respond to. Let's open up our map and let's go and find it. So you can see just over here, there is a storage on fire here at the police island, and we need to go and put that out. Okay, so we could of course go and travel there if we were in career mode or even just in normal creative mode if we wanted to. But there we go. You can now see there is a fire here that we need to extinguish. So that's a small little fire and it's on the building, which I think is pretty cool to have these little fires around that you need to go and put out. Obviously a little bit more difficult being here on an island. I would like to see more of the missions obviously based towards like Sawyer Islands or maybe up in the Arctic, because this is a nice big area where you can have land vehicles like I did over here at the North Harbour. I had my 2 Unimogs in the garage. So really pretty cool. And in theory, what you could do is when you start a new save, you could possibly turn off some of the other types of missions and add-ons and then maybe just focus on fire missions. But having that ability to simply open up the console and spawn a mission in, for me, is a really big deal. And I think this is just going one step towards having that quality of life improvements when it comes to careers and missions here in game. Now, along with that, if you don't want the mission anymore, or you don't want any of the missions, what we can do is we can actually just get rid of them. So for example, like, okay, I've tested my vehicle now, it seems to be doing okay, I want to get rid of this mission. All I have to do is clean, and that mission is gone. So you can see storage is on fire, has now gone. If I want to spawn another one in, once again, mstart, I can type what type of mission I want. I want a building one, and I want difficulty of 1. Once again, there we go, another one has gone and spawned in. And this time it's over at the oil rig. Again, once again, it is marked on our map. So you can see just over here at the oil rig, hover over it, you can see it's going on. We could of course teleport there if we wanted to, which is really cool too. So let's have a look at this fire mission. So where is the fire? Oh, it's just over here. It's a really small one, so nice and easy to go and put that one out. Okay, so guys, you know, this is completely endless. It's using the Lua add-on scripting, so I'm guessing it's completely random, which is quite nice. So you're not going to have to do the same mission over and over again. It's not going to be repetitive. It's not going to be like, oh, there's a fire at the oil rig. Oh, sorry, there's another fire at the oil rig. Oh no, there's another fire at the oil rig. I like it that it's completely random, or should be, because obviously it's a Lua add-on, so it can happen absolutely anywhere in the world at any building location. So I think that's really quite nice. Besides that, the devs are obviously still working on more missions, improving them even more, but for this week's update, those are my two biggest things that have improved. There's also been a few little updates and things to the responsiveness of the inventory search box. They have worked on that, and along with that also is if you actually go into your inventory now, it's nothing really big or major, but if you do go into your inventory now, you'll notice that the windows have actually disappeared from the top where they used to be. They used to be just in the regular blocks. So going to the inventory here, they used to be just over here at the top next to all of our regular blocks. They've actually gone now. They've moved them into their own category, which is actually all the way down here at the bottom of your screen. So you can see we've now got all the windows. Obviously the devs did mention a few weeks ago that we are getting new windows. So I'm guessing that's the main purpose of why they've moved it into its own category, because obviously we might have like another 16 or 20 or 30 different windows here, and having that all at the top might obviously bloat up this area. So that's just a small little change. They've also said they've done a little bit of improvement to the fluid system, to being a little bit more stable. Not exactly sure on what they've done there. I guess we'll just obviously have to see how that works and how that's affecting us in our day-to-day playing of the game. There's not much in terms of documentation of what exactly how that is changing. Maybe I missed it in the changelog, but I didn't see anything really there. Another cool thing from this update today is they've buffed the steam turbine generation, so we should be getting a little bit more power out of the steam turbines. I don't think it's much, to be honest. I haven't tested it. I've only had a few minutes with this update, but once again, a little bit more performance out of turbines, why not? Happily agree with that. Don't see any issues with that. And that's pretty much about it for this week's update, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. As I said, I'm really happy about the console. Start a mission, stop a mission. Happy, so happy. A lot of players, I think, build creation specifically for missions and doing tasks, and having the ability to quickly just toggle something on, test a vehicle, toggle it off, like we used to do prior to version 1, is really useful, I think. And yeah, the fire missions is a cool little addition. Obviously more missions, more variety of missions is something we've been crying for and asking for a while, so I'm glad to see they are working on that and adding in. So guys, that's it for this update. If you have enjoyed it, smash that like button. If you want to see any of my future content, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and if you don't want to miss any of my future content as soon as it gets posted, make sure you do click that bell icon. And until the next week, we will see you then.